Hello, everybody. It's Tyrolan, and it's episode 27 of Neverwinter Nights 2, The Mask of the Betrayer. Let's talk to the devil. Hello again, my friend. Always a pleasure. What would you like to discuss now? I'd like to ask some questions about the contract. By all means, a fine piece of work, that document. One of my finest, in fact. What in particular did you wish to ask about it? I'd like to know about the favors and the conditions. Getting right to the meat of the document, I see. That section is actually pretty standard as far as such things go. Promise to do certain favors for a mortal in exchange for particular services they can do for me. Uh, how is it, let's see here, inflicting pain on a helpless being doing you a service? It corrupts the one performing the service, of course. That's what we do, after all, corrupt mortals. You were aware of that, were you not? Actually, I wasn't. What's the purpose of corrupting mortals? What a fascinating line of inquiry. It is so rare for mortals to wonder what we get out of the bargains. It is always me, me, me with them. Very well, I'll be delighted to explain it to you. Beitsu, or devils, as you mortals refer to us, have a unique economy that is based on souls. The more souls a devil possesses, the richer and more powerful he is. The main problem is in collecting them. Collecting them? Yes, we can't just grab a mortal soul when they die, though certain unsavory elements have been known to do just that. There are rules that govern these things, you see, and if nothing else, Abeitsu always follows the rules. What kind of rules? Well, when a mortal dies, his soul goes to his god. The mortal doesn't worship any particular god, his soul becomes property of the god of the dead. You mean Kelemvor? Yes, that's the current one, I believe. The current one? Well, they do change so often. Why, there have been at least 4 different death gods since I spawned as a lemur. I don't even want to know what that means. Can we get back to my question? Oh, wait, Lar. Those would be Jergel, Merkel, Cyric, and Kelemvor, right? Why, yes, they would. How studious of you to know all 4. Most mortals nowadays don't even remember Jergel. Tell me about Jergel. Jergel was quite the perfectionist during his reign, and he kept detailed records of everything. If such... Wow, this is kind of cool. We're getting a lot of lore out of this. If such a thing were possible, I'd say he was better at negotiating contracts than Beitsu. What happened to Jergel? Strangely enough, he gave away his position to Merkel. Why in the world would he do that? Believe it or not, the popular story is that he was bored with the position. He still toils on, though, just not as god of the dead. Where is he now? He dwells in the City of Judgment with Kelemvor and serves as a scribe. I imagine it's a much less demanding job than his former one. Interesting. I'll ask about other ones. Cyric. There's not much to tell, really. Cyric wasn't Lord of the Dead for long enough to really influence our dealings much. What happened to him? There was some sort of uprising, I believe. When the dust settled, Kelemvor was the new Lord of the Dead. Okay. Merkel. Merkel was truly a wondrous god of the dead. His priests spread the fear of death with efficiency and panache. How did he lose his godhood? He was killed during the time of troubles while fighting Mistra over the mortal city of Waterdeep. Can you really kill a god? Well, such a thing is possible, but it's not usually as final as it is for mortals. Gods who die still linger on for quite some time in other planes or existences, and can be reawakened if enough mortals pay worship to him. Interesting. Can I ask you about one more? And Kelemvor. Kelemvor was a bit of a problem at first, for he didn't wish to deal with us at all, preferring to punish the wicked and reward the innocent. Those were tough times indeed. But then something changed? Yes, one day everything changed, and Kelemvor began acting like a proper death god. He sent messengers to the Beitsu asking to renew former ties with us and rest, they say, his history. What caused the change? No one knows for sure. Some say his love for Mistra died, and his last shreds of humanity died with it. Others propose that he was disciplined by Ao for not doing his job properly. What do you think happened? Not really one for speculation. I'm just glad the proper business has resumed. Okay. On second thought, I'd like to ask you about something else. Have it your way, then. If you should change your mind, I'll be here at least temporarily. Is there anything else you wish to know? More about the contract. No. Let's do the general. My favorite subject. What about contracts would you like to know? What types of contracts are there? There are 2 main varieties, but nearly limitless variations of the 2. The first type of contract is known as the Pact Certain. It is a simple and binding agreement where an immortal offers up his soul and the Beitsu specifies what will be given for it. What's the other type? The other type of contract is known as the Pact Insidious. It's composed of a list of lesser favors a mortal can receive if specified acts are performed. So that would be the type of contract that Ferris signed. Exactly. I had offered him a pact certain initially, but he shied away when the topic of his soul was brought up. Quite a shame, really. It would have kept things much simpler. I see. But anything. So one get out of a contract. You don't. Contracts are binding agreements, and as such are enforced harshly. Defined harshly. One possible punishment involves sending a pack of infernal hounds to tear the Oathbreaker to shreds, his remains scattered to the winds. From there, the measures only get worse, so there's no way to get out of one. No, not if the contract is well written. So if there's a flaw in the contract somewhere, a mortal could get out of it. I suppose so. I can't imagine a Baitsu who would be so careless, though. And that's it? There's no other way out? Well, I suppose if the Baitsu in question were to inadvertently break the stipulations of contract, it would become null and void. The same would happen if the Baitsu broke any of our laws in carrying out the contract. Baitsu law, eh? Interesting. Mind if I ask you another question? Of course, what would you like to know? I was wondering if you could tell me about Baitsu law. Aren't you the inquisitive one? Sad to say, Baitsu law is far too complex for a mortal to possibly understand a single lifetime of study. Oh, this is taking a long time. Could you at least give me a brief explanation of how it works, or at least it relates to mortals? You may as well ask for the ocean to be served to you in a thimble, but I will try. Baitsu law is based on the concept of volition. Mortals are our property by divine decree, so long as they willingly give themselves to us. But there are rules. Always there are rules. Under no circumstances is a Baitsu allowed to coerce a mortal into signing a contract. The same applies to the fulfillment of a contract, in whole and in part. What does that mean? That means, dear mortal, that we sit back and let you do the majority of the work. Interesting. Yes, it is. Did you have any more questions? No, that's for all. Okay, let's see. So, have you figured out how to save me? I have a few leads, but I'll need to ask you some more questions. Of course, I'll tell you anything you wish to know. Let's talk about the favors. The contract says you had to fulfill all of their conditions in order to lose your soul. But that's just it. I never fulfilled all of the conditions. I performed a few of them, sure, but not all. Why don't we go over each one of the favors individually? Yes, of course. We must be thorough. Go ahead and ask me about him. It says you need to inflict pain on a helpless creature as a condition of the first favor. Did you do that? Sadly, yes. I cast a minor cantrip at Ithias' rabbit familiar. How it ran. Did you receive a powerful magical item like it said in the contract? If you can call it that. The next morning I discovered a tome of infernal spells at the foot of my bed. I can't even read infernal. When did you fulfill this condition? It was the first condition I fulfilled since I thought it sounded the most harmless. Did you receive it? Okay. Different favor. The second favor required that you perform a mischievous act. Did you do that? Ah, yes. I made one of the Ithias' potions explode in his face when he presented it to old Galban. He had been bragging about that potion for a week. Served him right. Did you receive increased skill in an area of endeavor? Actually, yes. The following week, I started to notice a change in my potion making. It began to come to me naturally. Pretty soon I had surpassed Ithias. Master Galban even complimented me one day on what a fine potion I made. Wow. And it only costs your soul. Yes, it only cost me my... Ah, that's right. What am I going to do? Calm yourself. I have other questions. When did you fulfill this condition? Shortly after the first, maybe a day or two later. Did you receive increased skill? Okay. Yeah, okay. Different favor. Said you needed to inflict pain on a helpless creature as a condition for the first. No. The third favor required that you cast an evil spell. Did you ever do that? No, I didn't. That's it. That's my way out. Did you hear that, Ensabar? I never cast an evil spell, so your contract is nothing but scrap paper. Ha! Master Ferris, you do recall that you summoned me to answer your questions the day Master Ithias discovered us talking, don't you? Yes, because your other favors all vanish, you cheat. And you do realize that summoning a denizen of the Nine Hells would be considered an evil in most circles. This poor guy. Well, when you put it like that, oh gods, I did cast an evil spell. I'm doomed. Doomed, I tell you. Get a hold of yourself, man. What? Are you mad? You are correct. I must not panic. Please, let us continue the questioning. Did you ever receive the wish of limited power mentioned in the contract? A wish? No, I didn't. Wait, that must mean I have a wish left. Would make sense. I wish that I never signed that contract. Did it work? Doesn't look like it. Hells, I must have already used the wish at some point. Not really. I guess it's not important now. Oh, what did I say? Any idea when? Oh, it was worth a try. Ready to get back to the questioning? Sure. When did you fulfill this condition? I finished this one third, about a year after the first two. Did you ever receive the wish? Okay, we already asked that. And then the fourth favor. require that you grievously wound somebody. Sound familiar? Yes. I suppose Ithless, the whole acid bath incident would account for that. You're right. Did you become more intelligent as it says? Yes, I noticed immediately that things became easier to put together and understand. Not that it helped, seeing as how I spent the moment onward running for my life. When did you fulfill this condition? I suppose it completed this 1/5, however long it was between summoning Enzaber and Ithias finding us. You're right, did you become more intelligent? Okay. And then the 5th one caused the death of another. Did you do that? No, I never killed anyone, I swear it. Did you become more powerful? It might be difficult to believe, but I wasn't always the fearsome wizard you see before me. You know, I feel a few 10 days ago I was still an eager, inexperienced apprentice, which means you received the reward. The question is, who did you kill? No one, honest. I've never seen a dead body thanks to Kellenvor. Thanks be to Kellenvor. What about Ithias? You did say you hurt him pretty bad. Maybe he died of the wounds? Possible. I checked him myself before fleeing, and while the acid will probably leave a lasting mark or 10, the wound was not mortal. What about Galvin? Well, I certainly didn't kill him, although what happened was rather odd. One moment he was advancing on me while casting a spell, and the next he was gone. Did you cast a spell at him? No, I was too scared. It wouldn't have done any good anyway. He would have swept any spell I knew away with a wave of his hand. All I did was cringe and wish he'd go away. Wait, you made a wish? In a manner of speaking, I didn't say out loud I wish my master would go away, but I did think it over and over at the time. It says in the contract that the 3rd favor was a wish of limited power. Since Galban attacked you after you summoned Enzaber, you would have had a wish. You're right. Oh gods, I did it. I'm responsible for my master's death. Galban had fiends, powerful friends. Powerful friends. Oh god. Did you actually wish for his death? No, if you want to be technical about it, then no. Interesting. That may be the key to this whole puzzle. Really? I believe so. Anyway, ready for more questions? Absolutely. It sounds like we're making progress. Okay, yes. I need to think about it. So, there we go. That might be our way out. Hello again, my friend. Always a pleasure. What would you like to discuss? Your contract with Ferris is null and void. Oh, it is it? And how exactly did you come to that conclusion? You broke Beitsu law. Oh, you think so, do you? Then regale me the tale of how I managed to break laws I know by heart and whose existence you learned of mere months ago. Claim that Ferris fulfilled all of the conditions of the contract of his own volition, correct? Of course, I didn't coerce him into anything, if that's what you're trying to get at. Of course not, but remind me again the 2nd favor you granted Ferris. If I must, it was a limited wish in exchange for the act of casting an evil spell. And the final favor? Supreme magical power in exchange for him causing a death, either directly or indirectly. This doesn't help you, you know. And what death did Ferris cause? Why, his master Galvin, of course. I'm sure Ferris has told you about it. He has. How did Galvin die again? Ferris wished him dead. I was only too happy to oblige him and cast a disintegration spell myself. But Ferris didn't wish him dead. Of course he did. He wished that his master would go away, not that he would die. You were the one who decided to interpret that as a wish for his death. Let's suppose for a moment that you are correct. What does it matter? The wish was made, and here we are. Because by interpreting his wish in that manner, you forced him to fulfill the contract as the last favor. Don't be silly. Nobody forced him. Wait. I'm right, aren't I? I said wait. Let me think for a moment. Think all you want. You broke the law. The contract is null and void. Damn you, mortal. I will not forget this. Good. Make sure you remember the smile on my face right now, too. And he goes away. We win. What just happened? Is it done? Am I free? Indeed. Enzaber's contract with you is no more. Excellent. How did you do it? Really, I must know. He broke the law of his kind by making you complete one of the conditions of the contract. Really? Thank the gods you came along. I never would have you saved me a great deal of time. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Well, that being said, I must be off. Thanks again. Wow. That was kind of cool, though. I mean, that was a lot of work, but that was really a neat little piece. Did we get anything for that? No, we gained a bunch of experience, though. Okay, back out the portal. Yep. Wow, that was kind of cool. Got to outwit a devil. And then we come... You guys are too loud. You guys are too loud. Excuse me. And we're at the wall again. are we at the wall again?
Bishop has been almost completely absorbed into the wall. Only a faint outline of his body remains, buried beneath a feathery blanket of mold.
Okay. So, why did we come back here? I guess you didn't have to do everything? Okay. They're all sleeping. Let's talk to them.
A change has come over the Chamber of Dreamers. The hideous forms of the Coven are solid now, and whispers fill the room.
You guys are annoying.
Hundreds of whispers, resolving themselves slowly into a single voice, which prickles like a swarm of ants inside your skull.
You.
Speak.
Why did you show me those dreams? What did they mean? No, wait, you are hags, but covens are usually composed of 3, not 9. How have you built this dreamscape? I'm going to use the lower option.
By weaving together the strands of our dreams. The longer we sleep, the stronger our web. And we take dreams from other minds, adding them to our own.
Interesting.
From the dreams of mortals, we salvage much. Visions and hopes and memories. We take these things and gather them here before mortal minds can forget them.
Okay. So you walk unbidden through people's minds.
Yes, mortals are stupid, forgetful things. We walk in their dreams, and we take
Hags are
what they will
immortal?
lose.
Why did you show me those dreams? What did they mean?
We showed you nothing. You showed us, and we drank deep. Such was the price of your passage, and of the words we speak to you now.
Okay. Then those dreams came from my mind?
From its deepest places, yes. Where dreams mingle with hidden and forgotten things.
Your servant said that your dreams were disturbed, and that I was cause. Is this true?
Yes, you are a tempest of dreams. A whirling storm, devouring dreams and dreamers alike. They swirl around you like leaves, tearing, shifting, blending one into another. It is maddening.
That's because I eat souls.
We saw you reach out to devour the bear god, and sensed in your hunger the death of all dreams. When such as you walks the land, all that we try to preserve is lost.
Okay. 2 women came before you not long ago. You gave them advice, something to do with me.
Yes, the white twin and the red.
Okay.
The white twin was Lena. The red twin was Nephris.
Oh, I think that's her mother. Nephris, the mother of Sophia?
The pretty one. Her dreams are scattered, nauseating to look upon. She knows not what she is. But yes, the one she calls Mother beseeched our advice and offered her dreams for trade.
Then Nephris and Leanna were sisters.
They were sisters of a sort, and they were more than 2. They sought to end your affliction, your hunger, to spare you from this suffering.
The whispers seem to draw back from your mind, separating themselves into many different voices. For a few moments, they echo back and forth across the chamber, as if conspiring amongst themselves. Then, abruptly, they resolve again into one.
We are creatures of dreams, not of words. Telling is cumbersome. We will show you what you wish to know.
Okay. Alright, show me then.
Out of thin air step 2 women, one garbed in white, the other in red. You realize at once that you are seeing a dream, a memory, something that occurred here in the past.
Yep.
See us, hags of the Coven, and know us for what we are.
We beseech your wisdom and bear gifts of dreams to trade. Dreams of a sort even you have never seen.
We have heard tales of you in the dreams of the living, and reflected in the dying minds of those who perished in our sanctum. Your dreams are a treasure, unique in our horde, like worlds seen through different facets of the same ancient stone. Your question resounds across the infinity of your dreams, but in this place, you must ask it aloud. Speak.
We would know how to end the affliction. The curse that the Rashemi call the Spirit Eater. We have searched so long, Sisters of the Coven.
Yeah?
Tell us how to end the hunger. How can the Eater of Souls be granted peace?
That'd be good to know.
Even in the dream, the whispering of the hag seems to pause, growing quiet for a long moment, as if in reverence or uncertainty. Then,
That affliction is a punishment, meted out by one who once reigned as God of the dead. He alone knows its beginnings, and he alone might bring about its end.
You speak of Merkel, but he is dead.
We seek an answer, not a riddle. That god of the dead has passed beyond thought or dream. He has been slain and his throne usurped. His knowledge is lost.
Not lost. Merkel is a corpse, but his thoughts and dreams remain, marooned now inside the rotting hulk of his mind. He dreams endlessly of old enemies come to grief, and ancient slights avenged.
And I'm over time.
As long as he is remembered and feared by mortals, even if they are pitiful and few, his dreaming will persist, and his mind shall endure.
Then we must speak to a dead god?
It can be done. That is all we would know, Sisters of the Coven. Thank you.
You came to us with the same question, Spirit Eater. Leave with the same answer.
Alright. Did they succeed? Did they speak to the dead god?
That is a question we cannot answer. The Red Twin has returned to Thay, to her academy. A horror of endless voids and fractured souls. We are blind to all that passes there.
We have to go to Thay. Interesting.
The White Twin, Vienna, kept portals in her secret room, in the shadow of her theater. One of them is open only to those who know where it leads. Beg passage from her keeper of doors, and he will open the way. Beyond that portal lies the academy, and your answers. But we care not what you do, Spirit Eater. We have spoken enough. You have troubled our dream too long.
Okay. My apologies, Sisters of the Coven. Just a few more questions and I will leave you in peace.
Speak then, Spirit Eater, but do not expect us to receive you ever again.
Where's the Sword of Gith and the shard that was torn from my chest?
Sword and shard are tied to you, and to the others who have also borne the blade. The Sword of Gith is not separated so easily from its wielder's hand. Shard and sword have been rejoined, reunited with all their pieces. The blade was taken from you for this purpose, and it awaits you, reforged, in a hidden sanctum now besieged.
My companions who fought the King of Shadows at my side, what has become of them?
We see them in your mind's eye, but their dreams, if they live, are far beyond our grasp.
Of course. That's cop
The
out.
wilds of the Witchrealm, the merchant kingdoms to the west, and Thay to the south. In these places, our dreams wander free, and our eyes rove even farther. But not that far. Not yet.
Okay.
Still, we sense one of them. He is close, but he is shattered, ruined, severed. His dreams come only in flashes, and they are strangely hidden from our sight.
Okay. Do you mean Bishop?
No, another. The one you call Bishop is dead, dissolving in the wall. Or do you not believe your dreams?
Been told that there were other spirit eaters before me. What do you know of them?
Other masks, yes. Many masks. We walked in their dreams,
Come
just
on.
as we have walked in yours.
It's gonna be a long episode, guys. Sorry.
Their faces were as varied as the mortals who infest the witch realm. Some prettier than yours. Oh, yes. And some fouler. All ended the same.
How did they end?
In hunger, starving, ravenous. Thoughts, minds, dreams, all drained away and forever lost.
Okay.
You are utterly unlike a spirit eater. We hoard, collect, preserve. To us, dreams are things to be treasured, torn from those who do not know their worth. You devour and destroy, leaving nothing in your wake.
Technically, I've only done it to one animal. I have no other questions. You've told me what I needed to know.
Then leave us, Spirit Eater. We have drunk of your dreams, and you have dined on our wisdom. Make what you will of it. We do not believe this knowledge will avail you much.
Okay.
You will succumb to your hunger, as so many have before you, and peace will come to our dreams again.
At once, the whispers fade, retreating into the shadows like a horde of skittering ants. With them, the dream itself flickers and dissolves away.
Okay, bye, guys. Let's go back into the real world. And we're back in the real world. And all these people are dead? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and save the game. This is episode 27, folks. We'll see you in the next one. This is Tyrolan signing off. Bye-bye.